Hey everybody, it's Ari from As Told by Tarot. Okay, so about the list. Um the last sorry for the delayed update. The Aries situation involving a Scorpio was very traumatic for me, and just the Aries in general. Aries are going through it. And so I've been kind of apprehensive, but I'm actually going to do the Leo reading because so many people have been asking me for Leo. I'm gonna do those. I'm gonna jump ahead. Yes, that is some Leo shit to do, but I don't have time. No shade, Leos, but I just don't have time for the negative backlash from all the Leos that have been winning it. So I love you guys. A lot of my friends are Leos. I have so many friends that are Leos, actually, at least five, and I have been romantically involved with one. So Leos are just, I just don't want to hear from 4 or 5 people asking me why I did not do Leos yet, on top of the several on my Facebook. So we're just going to kind of do Leos. And so I have this deck. I was trying to figure out what deck I want to do for Leos. And I'm going to use the Vivid Journey Tarot. The reason why I picked it is because it's very bold and fiery. It's got a sun, like right when you open it up. And I was like, oh, I want to do this for Leos. So I have so many decks. I want to see if I have a deck that I feel resonates with each of the signs. But yes. And I also have new decks for January that I'll be using. But Vivid Journey Tarot is going to be giving me messages today. This could be for someone who has Leo in their chart. It could just be for you. If you are not a Leo, but it resonates, you're meant to get this message. Don't be worried about what gender the cards are or how an action is. So it could be reciprocated, like it could be flipped. So you could feel one way and it's really opposite, it's the direct opposite. Or someone could feel that way towards you. This could be done towards you. You have done this to someone else. It's really difficult with collective readings to gather everybody's energy and read for everybody. So take what resonates. And if it doesn't resonate, then, there's so many other readers. I am not going to be doing prayers on my video. It's a very private thing for me, but I do pray beforehand. The first card that jumped off, Leos, for the end of 2019 is Ace of Pentacles. So some of you have entered a new business opportunity. Some of you have a new offer, a new job offer, a promotion at the end of the year review, and you're finally going to have your values. You're finally going to have your value compensated for. Okay, so your end of the year bonus, something like that. We have the Four of Cups in reverse energy. Be careful about jumping into a new business opportunity without thinking, especially if it's a person. I feel like some of you guys are going to be dealing with situations where someone's going to offer you a business opportunity or a business partnership, and it's not going to be right. They have a track record of being shady with other people, and you have mixed emotions about them in general. And this is not everybody, but this is just some. But don't be quick to jump into the money. They talk a good game, but the shit's not sweet. Also, some of you are just gonna just jump into a new opportunity and finally take a leap of faith. So it doesn't necessarily apply to both. Some of you've already thought about things and you've made your decision and you're ready to act on it. So you're no longer deep in thought about it. So that's good. Maybe a new beginning, a new career path. We have a Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So to me, honestly, that with the feeling I was feeling about the shady offer, I feel like you'll get an offer, but to me, it's going to be backhanded and crooked. Okay. From a person who doesn't have the highest good in mind. That's what I'm feeling. Like it's like a backhanded, like it's like looks good on the surface, but there's like fine print, so they're gonna go against their word. Could be dealing with somebody who has like different sides to their personality. Could be dealing with a Gemini. Could be dealing with a Pisces. But signs that have like two different sides to them. And Pisces are kind of like, in my opinion, they're like the water version of Geminis. And Geminis aren't bad. Like, I have a lot of friends that are Geminis. Whew. All right. So, do I flip the cards again? Oh, shit. I've been having a habit of accidentally, like, shuffling the wrong way. And that's been happening. So everything's been flipped up. I don't know what that means, but, like, literally, for all my readings, I've been shuffling them wrong. So it's, like, a certain amount of, like, mixed cards. And I don't feel like it's supposed to go that way. And I feel like my deck was generally, like, really mostly reversed. So I'm just fixing it. But, don't jump into situations because of familiarity, Leos. Some things that seem familiar are normally like a 7 of Cups situation. You know, it looks good, it seems one way, but it's really not. It's very deceptive. And you have a choice, you know, between the person almost makes it feel like it's a choice between the friendship or not, but the person's really not your friend, they're more a friend to themselves. Yeah, it's real. I I'm sorry. Somebody they're saying I can't help wondering if they're right for me. So maybe it's about this business deal. It could be about a romantic relationship. We will get the romance angel cards out, so we'll see. But I just feel like there's going to be a business thing pitched to you, and it's going to be it's going to sound good, but it's going to be shady. So please be aware. There's another sign that may have had something like this, and I can't remember. So I'll have to go back and watch them and see which one that I read for, but it was like a crooked business deal. I can't remember who it was. All right, I'll go back. I tried really hard to like edit things out, and it was hard. So the best I can do for you guys is fast forward some pieces through. But I just don't want to get played. Your first intuition about a situation, regarding even a connection, it might be a romantic thing, or it might be a new romantic partner coming in, or it could be a new business partnership. But go based off of your initial instinct. If you feel like it's shady, don't do it. And move quickly out the way. 8 of Wands. The person's gonna... I hear, like, my mom and I have this joke about fast talking people. Like, we'll be like, oh, he's just fast talking me. He's trying to fast talk me, right? Person is trying to fast talk you. It's not good. I don't like it. All right. Spirit said on that. So don't let the person get you. Like, and don't let history mean shit. Yeah, 10 of Swords. They're going to stab you in the back. They're going to stab you in the back. The Death card is going to end the relationship, the friendship, actually. And you'll have to heal from that. But also, The Ten of Swords could be an ending, but we have the Death card and the Ten of Swords. So it could be also for some of you who are dealing with depression, an ending to your depression. So you're feeling your depressive feelings, your feelings of not being enough and inadequate. There's an ending coming, and that depression is going to be transformed into more of a wisdom. Focusing a lot, we see a lot of people focusing right here on, like, he's focusing on the time. Sometimes some of you feel like you're running out of time, okay? Like time's up. And the 10th sword, you know, it kind of burdened you, it kind of depressed you because you don't feel like you did what you need to do in the time frame. You need to understand that to get your wish fulfillment, you have to get healing first. I always tell people that, like, you can get your wish fulfillment. Sometimes wish fulfillment aids in your healing. Like, for example, like, I always wanted to meet my dad. So I met my dad, and, like, I healed from a lot of things that I didn't even realize I was suffering from. So you could be in a situation like that, right? Where you might have an issue with a parent or a teacher or a friend. You felt like you weren't valued or you weren't enough. And they finally tell you, hey, I'm really proud of you, in case you didn't know. You know, that's what I'm getting from that. And that will help you heal because you've always wanted to hear that. Or that person you've been pursuing or you really care about is like, hey, I'm willing to love you unconditionally no matter what you tell me or what happens. And that will be your wish fulfillment. And it also gets you healing in your own feelings of inadequacy or your own feelings of imperfection. Okay. You could also be dealing with a Scorpio. The Death card is a Scorpio card. You might be having the end of a phase with the Scorpio. Or the Scorpio may be your wish fulfillment. There's so many energies that I'm like, I have to like explain each card like 3 to 4 times. I know a lot of readers don't really read like that, and I'm sorry that if it is too much, but I would rather say exactly how things come to me otherwise. But you're going to be victorious, okay? So your transformation is going to be victorious. The end of a cycle. Now, a lot of the signs have been getting Ten of Swords energy, the Death card energy, Ace of Pentacles, the World card, Wheel of Fortune, because we are ending a decade. We are also ending a year. That's why it's the end of the 2019 reading. Now, time is fluid, so it could be into 2019, going into 2020, depending on how you're focusing things, how quickly you're moving in your life, what you're focusing on, what you're trying to manifest, what you care to look at, what you're ready to realize, you know. But an ending and a new beginning is good. I feel like you're putting it to depth and you're marching forward. It's like you're going your separate ways. You might be ending past relationships and going your separate ways. The ones that were just really toxic, where the people were toxic. Whew. Queen of Cups. What did I say? Scorpio card. Jesus Christ. So there's a Queen of Cups here. We have the Six of Wands. Maybe your wish fulfillment is to have victory over her heart. I saw the Lovers card when I was shuffling earlier. We'll see if it comes out again. Well, we have the Queen of Cups. Here we go. Queen of Cups. Six of Wands. Victory. And that's your wish fulfillment. That's what you want, is her. But it looks like she's chasing her cup and you're chasing her. And, you know, for Leos, you know, she's not even noticing you. So I know that could be bothering for you. It could be a male, like I said, for the female Leos. It could be you looking at a Scorpio and the Scorpio is not paying you any attention. Male, female, doesn't matter. Two of Swords and Three of Wands. It looks like you're becoming at peace and you've been waiting. Okay? You know, some of you are in a situation where the person is finding peace within themselves, or you're finding peace within yourself, and you've been waiting for that before you charge off into victory. Some of you have been going through a battle and felt defeated, got your healing, and are now at peace. And I just heard, I've been waiting forever for this. You've been waiting forever for your victory and your peace. Right, because you've been going through a lot, Leos. Ace of Swords. A lot of your issues is that you don't want to face the truth. I was just having a conversation with my friend today who's a Leo. And I was telling her she doesn't want to face the truth. But see, the truth is the key to your victory, to your crowning. You know, the difference between the crown is makes a difference between a knight and a king. You know what I mean? Some of you are knights and you need to be honest with yourself so you can get back to kinghood. You have to be at peace with your truth. 1, 2, 3. We got 1, 2, and 3. Be honest with yourself. Become at peace with who you are. And then wait. Because you'll get your victory. You know, another thing is that Leos, I know, are very impatient. Look at this. What did I say? The difference between the knight and the king is the crown. Honor your truth. Live your truth. Embrace your truth. Accept your truth. Learn how to be less critical of yourself. Accepting your truth. Put your crown on. You can be that king. You can be that queen. You can be that, you know, kingship is not in the Bible. It even says something about kings. And there is a whole debate when I was in ministry about whether or not God meant a gender on the kings. And a lot of people had discussions that, you know, kings could be women. You know what I mean? That it's not necessarily gender specific. It's about the level of, I'm going to say ascension at this point, but really where someone is spiritually, okay? And the king is a good level. Obviously, the emperor and the empress are highest in the tarot, but the king is high level. You know, the 3 kings, the 3 wise men were kings, right? That's why they do the 3 kings cake. But anyway, regardless of the fact, honor your truth, Leo. Speak your truth. Be yourself. Express your feelings. Stand in your truth. Be honest with yourself. And take action. Knights, take action. Now, this is my horror card, to be honest, the Knight of Wands. But at the same time, like, take action. I see you guys charging forward to your victory. He's smiling like, I wish I could be a king. Understand that the difference between being a king is how you perceive yourself. Will you be honest with yourself? Will you face your truth so you can become royalty? Or will you still be a footman? The fucking King of Wands just jumped out. The King of Wands jumped out. Like, it jumped out. Do you want to be a knight or do you want to be a king? And it's almost like he's looking up to the king. And he's determined to give. Oh, shit. Knight of Wands could be a son, and the King of Wands could be a father, son dynamic. And the 6 of Wands is having victory, and you've been waiting very long for the father's approval. So here's the star card. That's a wish fulfillment, like I was saying earlier. Wow, that's dope. That's dope. This is all about accepting your truth. The moon card, right. Be honest. Just express your feelings below the surface. No one's going to judge you. No one's going to hate you for it. As long as you're not doing poor things to people, bad things to people with ill intent, speak your truth. Express your emotions. Stop hiding your emotions. You guys need to stop hiding your emotions. All of y'all. All of y'all. And y'all going to come for me. I don't even care. Stop hiding your feelings. Stop hiding your feelings. The spirits say you can't hide from me. Shit, you really can't hide. Like, you will be exposed through your actions. And depending on the spiritual people that you're around, they're going to see through it. People who see everything, see through everything. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a bad thing. It's just about accepting. It's okay to have emotions. It's okay to express yourself. You can't always have your guard up thinking you got to pounce on everybody or someone's going to pounce on you just because that's your nature. Ace of Wands, new beginning. Listen, when I tell you this was the Leo deck, something told me intuitively to pick this deck. And I picked it and it's like, so all the wands are coming out. New beginnings. Because you're going to be, you know, when you're not a knight yet, you get knighted, you know, and there's this whole thing. But now imagine being the person doing the knighting. Imagine calling the shots and telling people where they need to go. You know, giving people directions. Being a boss. Some of you are going to be promoted to a managerial position. But you got to get over this feeling of defeat. Really sad. Look at the background. Defeated. You got to get over the feeling of defeat. The Page of Pentacles. You know, gaining wisdom, gaining knowledge, becoming more than enough. Having more than enough. If you think about it with pages and stuff, right? Like, yes, it's a page. And it could be a peasant. It's not. Still some sort of arcana. It's still some sort of nobility. You know. Also, I see that your goal was money. And you're finally able to take action now that you feel like your money is where it needs to be. But you're never going to have enough. King of Cups and the Empress. Oh my gosh. What did I say? Some of you guys, the King of Cups is here, and I feel as though this is for the male Leos, right? Because we got the Queen of Cups. I do feel like there are some male Leos that are engaging with a Scorpio, or there's a couple Scorpio-Leo relationships here. Interesting. Very interesting. And the Empress is here too, which is at the front of this, right? You know, the Empress is over the queens. You know, you want to be a king because you want the Empress. And you don't feel like you're going to be enough for the Empress. But just like you went from the page to the knight to the king, you can always go from the king to the emperor. It's a progression. And if you don't feel like you're enough for a person, then that means you don't value you. That means you don't think you're as great as they say Leos think they are. You don't want to mess with your pride, right? Be confident. Be boldly confident. As confident in yourself, really and truly, as you are prideful. Boastful. You know, the thing about Leos is that on the outside, they're one way, but below the surface, honey, let me tell you. I like them, though. I love Leos. A lot of 90% of my friends are Leos. Like, my current friend group. because things evolve. My current people that I talk to and interact with on a regular basis are Leos. Okay. Leos are very similar to like Scorpios in a sense, that they seem all confident on the outside and they seem really charismatic or whatever. A lot of people like them, depending on the type of Scorpio you are. But below the surface, they have this brooding, self-loathing feeling, like this brooding feeling. And it's funny because the world portrays them as very cocky, confident, conceited people. But really deep down, there's a lot of insecurities there. But just like you can get to the Queen of Cups. Understand the Empress was probably a Queen of Cups first. She had to be a queen before she became an Empress. She's going to see whatever you see in yourself, you will project, and they will see in you. But you have to project that through your actions, which is why we have the Ace of Wands. Change your actions to actions that kings do, and not based off of the financial superficial things. A king is consistent. A king is dedicated. A king is focused. A king is considerate of his people. A king is really diplomatic, you know. Maybe that's more emperor like. Maybe the expectations are high. But a king is also in control of their emotions and is aware of them. Now this king's a little reserved, which makes sense with this Cancer energy here. So you could be dealing with the cup sign, you could be dealing with the Pisces, or you could be dealing with the Cancer, right? But we had the Scorpio card multiple times. So I'm just saying that some of you are dealing with an individual that is, so it could be a Cancer because we have the Moon card too, okay? If it's not a Cancer or, you know, that you're dealing with or water sign, you're dealing with the person who is emotional. You may also, I feel as though some of you Leos are feeling very in control of your emotions, and you need to allow yourself to have Queen of Cups nurturing, Queen of Cups emotions, you know, give some of yourself, you know, so you can receive your healing, release some of those emotions. You're holding on to your emotions so strongly, you know what I mean? It's so funny because the King of Cups, right? He's holding on strong, and the Empress is like smiling in all of him. So it's like he is trying to reserve and she's just in awe of him. And here's the star. You know? So it's like in order, the wish fulfillment. And the Empress is like, hey, I know this lady, right? Yeah, she said she could heal you. Like, I got some ideas. Why don't you just get your healing so I can help you become an emperor? Let me upgrade you. I just heard that song in my head. Let me upgrade you. The Empress wants to upgrade you. Because you're tired of being these other things. You just want to be an emperor. But you have to understand that there are ages and stages. And you have to just progressively grow. But, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. When you look at houses and developments of cities, you know, ooh. All right. So, overall, you'll have your Six of Pentacles. Now, for some of you, there's some betrayal, there's some heartbreak, there's some pain. Okay? And it caused a lot of conflict. Lots of conflict. Okay? It's a lot of people. Looks like it's a couple overlapping relationships. You know? Within a friend group, maybe. Because I have the 5. It's maybe you're in competition also. Because the 5 of Wands is not just conflict, it's competition sometimes. It could be an issue that you saw someone to be competition, or it's a competition with the person who could do the worst hurt. It's not about that. And sometimes, Leos, it's not always about you. Let's be clear here. It's not always about you guys. Some people do things and they don't do it to hurt you, but it hurts your feelings. They do it because they want to do something. And just like you do things that you want to, you know, do, and you don't realize you hurt other people. So judgment. Everything's going to come out. The Wheel of Fortune. To me, I see this as a new beginning, a new cycle. Okay? We're going into a new decade. And if that doesn't make you want to change, if you don't look back at your life in the last 10 years, like I'm looking back at my life for the last 10 years and I'm like, okay, so 20 to 30, my 20s was crazy. I want to change that. You know, we're in 2019, we're going to go to 2020. I want to end 2019 with those old ways of 2020 or 2000s, you know what I mean? Like 2008, 2009, whatever. I want to go into 2020, leaving that shit behind, you know, righting wrongs and moving forward. The Judgment card. So to me, I see this as you feel like you're getting judgment too, and it makes you painful. So some of you feel like you'll be judged if you accept that truth, and you're already hurting yourself. It's like you're hurting your own feelings, right? And we have the Five of Wands. It's creating internal conflict. But you just want to be successful. Six of Pentacles. More than enough. We have the Page of Wands. But do you see the evolution of where you've been? Page, Knight, King. King of Pentacles, right when I said that. You want the money. Leos are flashy. They like luxury. They like to spend money. They love money. Every Leo I know likes luxury, spending money, and traveling. All of them. Okay? And that's okay. You're the king. I know you're not an emperor yet. I know you might not. Some of you are upgrading into from kings and queens to emperors and empresses, right? Like I said, don't worry about the gender. Being fertile in what you want. Maybe the empress was looking at the king like, wow, look how far I've come. If you see it, it's like the Knight of Wands, the King of Wands. You see the King of Cups. It's like the Empress is looking back like, wow, I was a king. I was a knight. I was a page, but look at me now. Look at me now. I'm getting paper. King of Pentacles. She's looking back on all the hard work. Three of Pentacles. All the work you put into. Realize your inner emperor and empress, guys. A lot of you guys see something in other people that you don't see within yourself, and you're doing yourself short. Ask a disservice. Ask yourself, if all these accomplished people, or all these people that are doing well, that you hold in high regard, if they all care about you, if they all are around you, they must see something in you. You know, you've heard the saying, your network determines your net worth. Right? A lot of educated people, your circle, you know, if they're in your circle, they respect you to a degree. They see you as something great. Knight of Cups. Offer that cup. Offer your emotion. Be authentic to yourself. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to have feelings. The Knight of Cups, we got the Queen of Cups. The Knight could go to a queen. You know. I mean, Arya was a knight, right? Game of Thrones reference, by the way. She was a knight at some point, I believe. Or tried to be. I don't remember. Who else was a knight? Oh my gosh. Her name is at the top of my head. Brienne was a knight. She was knighted. You know what I mean? You can go from a knight to a king. A queen of cups. Knight to a queen of cups to a king of cups. Offer your emotion. Literally, I also saw the cups. Every single part of the cups. Page, knight, king, queen. The only thing I didn't see was the queen for the wands. But I do see two people parallel growing together and evolving over time and looking back over time how far they've each come. And they're coming together. And maybe that Three of Wands waiting is what needs to be done. So you can heal first and then be emperors and emperors. And when you get married to one another, then you'll both be emperors and empresses, obviously. I'm not sure. If I'm wrong, oh well, I'll put it in the comments. Wish fulfillment. Get your healing. Get your healing. Get your healing. All right, guys. So I'm going to pull from the romance angels because I feel like there's some relationships involved. So I'm going to go back to that. Let go of control issues. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Stop holding on to your emotion. Stop trying to control yourself and try to control the outcome and manipulate the outcome. Just let that shit rock. It's going to happen. But it's like you can't wait patiently, but then control it at the same time. That's not how that shit works. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Right. Heal that old shit. Family shit, friendship, even shit in your relationship. Heal that. Let that shit go. Let it go. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Do you hear me? Your feelings are real and worth exploring. You have to forgive and learn from the past. You need to let go of control issues. You know, even if you're in a situation with someone and there was that Three of Swords moment, if what was done or what they experienced or whatever happened that hurt your feelings, if you haven't talked about it and expressed it, and if all those moments that you have spent with that person don't add up to whatever that betrayal, quote unquote betrayal was, and you're not seeing it from both sides and not be the victim, like this person did this, this, and this, but what did you do? Check on that, right? Because you have to let go of control issues, and a lot of the control issues are getting people into situations. Are getting you in situations where you want to control your emotions, you want to control the situation so bad that you play games. And so you got to let that control go. You have to forgive and learn your past. Going back to even childhood, some people. But your feelings are worth it. Okay, so with your romantics, relationships, with your just parental relationships, friendships, learn and forgive. You don't have to be friends with that person anymore, but let it go. Let those people go. You know, obviously, if the person has done so many things, definitely let them go. But you need to communicate with that individual, and you need to express your feelings, and you need to also see where you have fault. A lot of us people in general, we have a hard time seeing where we're at fault and always want to blame somebody else and say, well, they did this, this, and this. And we all do things. We're 2 people or 3 people are contributing factors. And a lot of us are adults. Either way, you should be an adult watching my channel. Navigating by the stars. Follow your bliss, right? Do what makes you feel good. Be with that person you love. Go after that job. Stop stepping in your own way. Discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. What did I say? What did I say, guys? Wandering path. Enjoy the journey. You're so focused on the end goal, you're not seeing the important major parts in the journey, the important landmarks in the journey. You stand in the light of truth. Accept the truth. And also, sometimes you just got to uncover the truth and ask questions. For example, I have a friend and she has trouble getting around. If someone saw us walking side by side and I'm holding the small of her back and I'm, holding her hand and I'm guiding her from far away, right? From far away, they would think we were a couple. But if they came up closer, they would see that she has issues walking or she has pain. And I'm just helping her out. Everything is about perception. From far away, without any other knowledge from other parties involved, or all the parties involved, because some of you are getting swayed knowledge in situations, you see a totally different picture than the reality. And sometimes it's okay to let our pride and our ego down and really humble ourselves and get honest and ask questions and, own up to what you do. Let's do soul coaching. I have some new decks for you guys. Some of this may there's so many different energies that I feel like it's multiple people this resonates for. So say if the part about the relationships, it might not be a romantic relationship. It could be a personal relationship with a family member. It could be just that the money part resonates, or you progressing in different stages within your life and also balancing and growing both sides of yourself, your emotional side, and it's really closely tied to your passion. So we have Essence, Grace, and Beauty from the Soul Coaching. Essence, Grace, and Beauty. Graceful beauty. Okay. Sometimes people's essence is what makes them beautiful. And grace, a reminder that grace is being forgiving, giving someone grace, a grace period of forgiveness, being graceful in how you move, slow, melodical, like that waiting energy. I graciously accept the infinite love of the universe. In my essence, I am joy, and I am deeply and profoundly beautiful. Wow. I don't know how many subscribers I'm at. I think I last checked, I was at 38 people. I want to thank you guys who have subscribed to me. Thank you to those of you who are who follow who follow Queen Cup, and she shouted me out. Thank you for following me and checking me out. I appreciate you. I appreciate her. I don't want to fangirl out every single video. I've tried really hard not to. But thank you for following me. I hope you like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you. If it relates to you, let me know. If it doesn't, okay, maybe it's not the day, it's not the time. But this might resonate 3 to 6 months from now. So these are always timeless. And for me, the energy is very fluid. If you have Leo in your chart, if you have fire in your chart, if you have Scorpio in your chart or water in your chart, whatever signs came up, Taurus, whatever, Earth, because we did have some Pentacles, whatever they are in your chart, it doesn't matter. You might have some in it, you might not, but if it resonates, it resonates. You needed to hear it, you needed to find this today. We're going into December December 29th. We're midway through December 2019 and we're going into January 2020. Think about what you want to do for the end of the decade. And if this resonates with you, you were meant to hear it, to get it together, to love yourself, and to express who you are, living in your truth, so you can be happy and follow your bliss. Have a great day, guys. Bye.